talk us through why we're seeing this renewed optimism around a ceasefire and the potential release of hostages.
Hi, Christine. We definitely are, especially on the Israeli side, seeing more optimism, and some officials even suggesting there could be a deal within days. I think a large part of the reason is that Hamas is more or less exhausted after 14 months or so of war in the Gaza Strip. It's been absolutely shattered militarily. So I think it's got to the stage where it feels like it should concede on some of its earlier demands and get a deal done. There is, I have to say, also pressure on Israel. There is a feeling within the country and beyond that Donald Trump wants this to be over by the time he comes to office on January the 20th, that he doesn't want to have to be dealing with war in Gaza in his early days when he returns to the White House. Plus, for Israel's sake, this war in Gaza is also a strain on the economy and causing social strains too. So, from Israel's point of view, they would definitely welcome a ceasefire if it leads to the release of the 100 or so hostages.
Yeah, Israel has so much going on multiple fronts. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was actually in Syria yesterday, and he made some comments suggesting that the Israeli military will continue to occupy parts of Syria that it has recently moved into. What do you make of those comments, and do you get any sense of the reaction we may see from HTS around that?
Well, I think his comments in some ways confirm what a lot of people already thought was the case, that the Israeli Defense Forces would probably be in Syrian territory for a while. Those comments aren't likely to go down very well with HTS, the group that toppled Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and which now controls Damascus and most of the main Syrian cities. Its leader, Ahmed al-Shara, a few days ago, criticized Israeli strikes on the country, which dealt a huge blow to Syria's military capacity, and it's unlikely that either his group or other Syrian forces across the rest of the country are gonna welcome those comments, and they'll probably also be controversial in other parts of the world. Israel's main backer, the U.S. Under Joe Biden is not criticizing Israel for this, and Donald Trump is unlikely to either. So that's something that's probably Netanyahu has in mind.